Cool. Then let's get started. Diana, have you been able, or can you just check in? Maybe we can see if your internet connection works now.
Okay. Hello, I'm called Amordana. Right now I'm still in this meeting. I'm traveling from Hoima, going back to Kampala. I need some things in the background, but I'm happy to be here checking.
Wonderful. Geoffrey, could you check in as well? Geoffrey, you're still muted.
Sorry, I have been talking. I thought you had me. Yeah, I'm not entirely fine at the moment. I'm having a bit of a flu and a cough. So I might once in a while have to go and, clear my nose or something like that. And also I will have a bit of noise in the background with the kids, might be disturbing here and there, but otherwise I'm fully available. Check in.
Cool. Hey, Mika. Mika, can you check in?
I'm doing well. Glad to be on this call. Greetings, Omodinga and Diana. Let's see what we are able to work on within this 1 hour. Sorry, I'm late. I had a quick urgent call to resolve something with the nomads.
Great. So far, yeah, thank you. First, I'm sharing my screen. Second, there is an AI summary active. There is a recording active. I'm putting the link to the presentation in the chat. Afterwards, I will send around the link to the video, the presentation, and the AI summary. Where are we at the moment? We are in the one-on-one check-in call or one-on-one call. We're going to go firstly shortly in the concentration stage itself of the Changemaker makers. Then we're going to go into a general review. How has it been the last 3 months? Then going into the prepared questions, the one I sent in the calendar invite. And then we're going to go into update plan, anything else, and then we're going to close from here. So maybe let's take short. Mika, you could maybe tell me the 5 minutes. I think that should be enough. So we currently thank you, from SINA Global. The SINAs implement the empowerment stages, applied, emerging, concentration. And in SINA Global, we knew since a while that not only the scholars are changing throughout the process, but also if SINA Global wants to enable replicators to replicate the SINA model in their organizations, that they also need to focus on various aspects throughout the time. And you can say they are growing or changing throughout this journey. Thus, we implemented a policy in SINA Global, which is the Changemaker Makers journey. And it refers to several stages, the same names as the scholar stages: applied, emerging, concentration. Applied is SINA being, or replicators being an MPG experiencing the replication journey. Emerging is then they're getting on the ground, focusing on legal setup and starting with the first applied stage. And concentration stage, they are starting to turn ideas into tangible businesses. So far, it had been clear for us, but now with the IKEA project coming on board, we got much more clarity on the pipeline. SINA, acceleration program, purpose pool. But that also meant we got more clarity on the expected outcomes. And thus, we have now a clarity here in the concentration stage. That is a stage in which a SINA would start to first have their first emerging stage and then their first concentration or co-concentration stage, where they're trying to turn ideas into viable startups, and that there are clear outcomes. What are those clear outcomes or expectations at the moment? Yeah, similar like in concentration stage, a Scholar business needs to gain a specific amount of performance. We have now also clear requirements for a SINA in concentration stage. What does it mean to turn ideas into viable startups that qualify for acceleration? Well, looking backwards, that means at least one enterprise to qualify for acceleration. Yeah, that means after 1 year. So that would be basically mid of next year to have at least one enterprise qualifying for acceleration. To have at least in 9 months to have one enterprise meeting the outcome or the success criteria for co-cons bootcamp. One of those criteria is, for example, to have a 150 USD accumulated sales in 2 months. And this also means logically then, well, if somebody should meet a co-cons bootcamp success criteria, they need to first qualify for one. Some of those criteria, I guess, Patapia has already met. This is here mainly for an overview and to get specific. What is concentration stage about? Here there's also an important message or an attention. What happens at the moment in parallel is you might have heard, how is it going with First Start or how is it going with SIA, Social Impact Award? What happens at the moment is that also the normal pipeline is scholars start with the willingness to change their life at the SINA, starting businesses, them qualifying for acceleration, those then qualifying for purpose pool. What also started now in parallel is that, for example, First Start also somehow feeds into acceleration and SIA feeds into acceleration. However, for the SINAs we are supporting, we expect businesses that have at least one member. So a business that originated from Patapia should have at least one member that started in your applied stage or however you call it. And we are expecting at the moment that if enterprises do not meet the co-concentration success criteria, where afterwards in linking they get supported or continuing increasing sales until they qualify for acceleration, that they also move back into emerging stage and get another chance to basically try again. New team, new product, new service, new idea. Yeah, this is maybe the overview of concentration stage. Thank you, Mika. Yeah, I would now just open up for a general overview. Attention here, let's say 5 minutes. The major topic here is about what has generally happened the last 3 months, but you can also say in your head what time period makes sense to you, where maybe something bigger changed lately. We're gonna go afterwards in the specific questions towards what are your most promising businesses, what is working, etc. So now you can keep it rather, I would say, general, but you can also focus on what you feel is important here. Maybe who of you would like to start? Geoffrey or Diana?
Diana, would you like to go first?
You can go first.
Yeah. So over the past, the past couple of months, we've been having enterprises going through emerging stage, and out of those enterprises, we are now having 2 enterprises that are going into the concentration stage, which is being planned for. I think it will happen in a week's time. So therefore, for the past couple of months, we've been really working on structuring work, establishing roles. We also now have Glassfrog ready, and we will be starting to use it as well to ensure projects are being implemented and work is getting done. So I believe the next couple of months will be much more structured with clarity on the roles and also much more clarity on the stages themselves, because now the team on the ground has much more clarity on what they need to do in respect to each of the stages, but also we'll have weekly meetings, weekly tactical meetings, now that also Glassfrog is set up. And we'll be in the next couple of weeks populating it with more projects relevant to each of the roles that have been set up. Yeah, so generally, two enterprises are currently ready to go into concentration, and we've been planning for concentration, and it will happen next week together with Cosmo. So the two teams will be participating in that bootcamp. I don't remember what other question you asked.
If you want, we can go deeper into the teams, but maybe we can also still stay a bit into the general overview. Yeah, maybe you can, if you can copy the public link of a Glassfrog inside the chat. That would be really helpful. I'm really feeling curious. Yeah, maybe are there any other general updates?
Let me just copy the link. Give me a minute.
Diana, do you have any general updates before we start to move into really like?
Yeah, I think like how Jeffrey said, that's how it has been for the last 3 months. We are able to help the scholars from apply to emerging, and then they were able to solve the problem, and then they were able to come up with a solution problem fit that has enabled them to prototype, and now they're ready for the concentration bootcamp. Yeah.
Yeah, we've also been working on the procurement of the assets. We purchased the TV for use for the projections. We also worked on getting the. We also worked on. We are currently working on setting up the workstation. So we have someone coming to install the drawers where we put books, and then the workstation where the laptops will be installed. We've been using a center table, but we want to have a specifically designed space where the laptops will be installed and not movable. So that is also something which is happening. And on the other hand, we've been also working with the finance to structure the financial part of the organization. So we are having accounting systems set up to ensure that when it comes to defining specific transactions and what has happened, we have also specific accountability platforms for that. So we are currently also currently working on that.
Maybe shortly here to jump inside, there might be dependency. Geoffrey, is any of your finance roles in touch with Moses in regarding the badge certified in accounting?
I have written to Moses, but I haven't yet got a response to him regarding that.
What I can do is I can afterwards just, okay, if tomorrow you don't get a response, just outline to me, then I'll just put you both in a WhatsApp call and organize with you both a calendar event for the role, but you would just need the email address of the finance role filler. That we do that. If it doesn't work out, he doesn't get back to you, just escalate towards me. Okay? But you're in touch
I'll
with
do
him.
that.
Great.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. Then I would say then let's go maybe directly into prepared questions. I would just guide alongside here if anybody has questions, any ideas how to make that better, or information you feel is missing or relevant, please feel free to add. So those were the preparation questions. The idea from us here is really to say, how can we support you? I mean, at the moment you have clarity where you're working towards, qualifying for acceleration. You've shared already that you have enterprises that are now ready to come into the bootcamp happening on the 20th October in Kampala together with Cosmo. Which one are your promising enterprises? Names of those, how many teams members do they have, and how many of those team members originate from Cosmo or had been scholars before at Cosmo?
In this specific case, we are talking about Patapia, not Cosmo.
Sorry, just jumping in my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So we have 2 teams, and the 2 teams have gone through Patapia from all of them have gone through Patapia from the emerging stage. And the 2 teams, one is doing. Diana, do you want to give an overview of the projects?
Yeah, that would be okay.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, we have 2 teams who are qualifying for the concentration bootcamp so far, and all of them have studied with us from Applied. They're with us from June, and they went to Emerging until now. There are 2 teams. One team is led by Sarah Kelly. They are making malaria repellent. The enterprise is called Malshield. So they are making affordable natural repellents, which the people can just apply on their bodies, and then they are free from mosquito bites for 5 to 9 hours. And then we also, the team has only 2 members, and they are all our scholars. And then we also have another enterprise, which is Joy Pop. It's led by Nawageleka, Ruth. They are doing sweets that relieve cramps for school-going girls, since they have found out that a lot of school-going girls aged 14 to 20, they miss almost 15 days term due to menstruation cramps because of the pain. So they came up with a solution, a possible solution of making sweets that relieve this pain. And they were able to test the sweets with the personas, and then they got good feedback. So far, those are the 2 that we already doing the concentration camp and their projects.
Short question here.
Yeah.
How many team members does Joy Hope has?
Yeah, Joy Pop has 4, but then they have 2 that are our scholars.
That's not a problem. It's great. 2 scholars, 1 roof. Ideal. And I think the next concentration bootcamp you already answered. It's the one with Cosmo together on the 20th in Kampala, 20th to 24th. Brilliant. Then maybe the next one. This is now going much more into the direction of we look now into the enterprises. Now it's a question kind of how are you at the moment prepared, or who is at the moment supporting the enterprises? Who are your professional development trainers? That can be trainers who are offering sessions in professional development, but also people who have one-on-ones, mentoring, follow-up calls, or regularly check in with the enterprises to help them to work on their businesses. Do they have badges? If yes, which one? Or are they working on some? And ideally, how much hours in a week do they roughly spend towards the scholars? Here it would be great to differentiate it roughly how much for like group settings, let's say offering sessions, or how much for one-on-one follow-up like mentoring or business coaching or however you call it at your SINA.
Yeah, so I would say for the past 3 months, me and Eme have not been involved with the teams currently because we are still a bit having a lot of confusion where we are in trying to get set up. So the past 3 months have been mainly Diana and Gideon who have been doing all the professional development. So currently, both Diana and Gideon are in the roles of professional development trainers and mentors for the emerging and also now for concentration stage. Uh, for for the concentration stage, which is going to be done, I will be involved as well. So I will be participating in the sessions and also the presentations, plus generally content development. I've been working with the team already to set up the selection criteria for the teams, setting the structure for the bootcamp, and also after the bootcamp. And we are putting all these documents on the drive where it is accessible to all the professional development trainers. And then we've been having specifically 3 days per week for the trainings for emerging stage. The first day having mentorship sessions plus personal development sessions. And then the second day having professional development sessions, plus preparation for progress presentations, and then the third day having progress presentations. So they have been having about 8 hours per day. So that means for a week, they've been doing 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it's for the past 3 months, it's been only the two of them. Going forward, it will be the two of them plus me and Eme, who will as well be participating in co-mentoring sessions, especially towards developing the capacities of the team in Uganda towards mentorship.
I know, otherwise Mika will directly ask it. Just when you said in roughly now Diana and Gideon so far immersion concentration, when you say 24 hours, is this roughly half-half then, or roughly 1/3 in one-on-one and the rest in sessions? Or how would you break that apart, like those 24 hours?
So I would say it would be half and half. Okay, not half and half, because sessions are only for 2 hours on the first day and 2 hours on the second day. And the rest of the time is around, unless otherwise when it takes longer, the rest of the time is around mentorship sessions and also general interactions. Sometimes the sessions take longer, and then the third day is mainly for progress presentations, plus also sometimes they organize some sessions as well there. But in terms of mentorship sessions, it is scheduled for at least 1 hour per project at least 1 hour per project in terms of progress presentations and also general progress. So they have been splitting that between the teams that are going for the boot camp, as well as also other teams that are still going through the program that have not qualified.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe just here, maybe in topic of regarding badges or certificates or something or trainings. Diana and Gideon, have they participated, or have you, Diana, participated, or are you participating there at the moment in such?
I participated in life coaching. That's the badge that working on. And then Gideon participated in 3 things, and he's waiting for 3 badges: the professional development and also the rest.
Maybe we could directly move here into Mika. Hey, Morris, welcome. Yeah, just if you're just confused why people are here, so I invite at the moment I'm filling the role. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. Shit. So I'm here at the moment from the role Changemaker Mentoring. Normally Emil would be here, but Emil is at the moment in holiday, so he can't be. So I'm filling that role. I added Mika in regards to the professional development, but also towards the joint concentration boot camps. And Morris is supporting us with the joint concentration boot camps. That's why he's here as well. So I guess here in this topic at the moment, Mika, do you need, or in regards to professional development, what clarity do you have? What clarity do you need? My current assumption is there was also the topic in the past if there might be a faster way, or there would be an opportunity or a window of opportunity originating from the topic of them in Kampala. Yeah, I mean, what I'm hearing now already happening, which is great, Geoffrey, the whole topic about kind of mentor tune-up or support. Are you there at the moment there having any questions, or can you give an overview at the moment, Mika, how this aligns with the whole topic about professional development and or what information you need?
Okay. So maybe I'll just give context. So professional development has 12 different badges that were created looking at details. There are badges like the Emerging Bootcamp, the Concentration Bootcamp, Design Thinking, Problem Solution Fit, Progress Presentation, Session Facilitation, Markets and Sales, things like that. So what happens, you took part in, I think you took part in design thinking when it comes to professional development. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to reach out, and then my role just does a kind of assessment to really find out, after you got the training, what have you been doing that has to do with design thinking in supporting scholars. Yeah, it's just like a conversation just to make sure that your memory is refreshed on things you may have forgotten, but also to get a clear picture of how exactly you're using the knowledge, where you're getting challenges, and then also what tools are shared. And then for Gideon, same thing. Gideon took part in the training, but still he has not yet responded to get the badges. So for Gideon, it would still be the same thing, especially for badges that relate with work. Like Geoffrey mentioned, in Emerging is heavily involved, is also getting a bit into concentration now. So I think he would qualify to get badges like Emerging Bootcamp, Progress Presentations, Design Thinking, different badges that relate with the trainings he took part in, but much more what he is currently involved in that requires him to really use the knowledge he acquired. So I'll just invite you to inform Gideon to reach out to be assessed for the badges, and then he gets them. Also, you can reach out for the life coaching badge, which is the training you took part in, and also for design thinking.
When I hear you
Yeah.
saying they should reach out, Diana, is it at the moment good if I just set you up a calendar event? Like, would it help you to just set that up and have that done?
Yes, yes.
Okay, here's the calendar. Bum bum bum. Diana, this is your email address. Great. Mika or Diana, when is it looking, or what would be suitable for you to meet? Tomorrow but one, anything specific? Mika's calendar is the one which is like grayish green. Mika has time tomorrow morning. He has he's then somehow
Sorry, can you
yeah.
repeat? I can't hear you very well.
Okay. Would you have time tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. your time? Or is that too, or rather in the evening? What works better for you?
Yeah, maybe in the evening
What time?
at 6.
Mika, does this work for you as well?
Evening hours are quite tricky, but you can check if I have nothing, then it's okay.
There's IDG, that's James' meeting, not yours. So you have nothing there. So this would be
Maybe
for,
Diana, don't you have options for morning? Because I always prefer morning because that day tends to get a lot busier. Morning
Maybe on
between
Wednesday.
what time?
Maybe on
so we
Wednesday,
could,
because tomorrow morning I have a meeting.
yeah. Can
Looks
we do
good.
Wednesday? Maybe 8 or 9 in the morning.
Yeah, on Wednesday that would be fine.
Wednesday, 8 a.m. Attention,
Yes,
my
yes.
calendar shows German time. So it's coaching batch review. It is between Mika and Diana. Is there somebody else needed for that meeting?
Yes, Gideon Mugisha.
Also for that meeting? Okay. Gideon is the other one. Chop. Let me check if I have the email here. The
The one
email
for
address.
Gideon has Proton something.
Let me see if it's in the calendar invite of today. Yeah, it is because Geoffrey sent it to me. Cool, I'll just copy it out. Mika, do they need to bring anything around? Is there something they should pre-fill? Is there something they should prepare?
No, just their heads.
Okay, yeah, good, they can't forget them. So great, then this does for me. I just copy in the email address. Then you don't need another follow-up meeting because you can do it with both. Short question here. This is Mugisha Baha, this one here. Do you need, is this for coaching batch review and for another batch review? Is it only for coaching? Because
It's only for coaching because that's the training Diana's taken part in.
Okay, but coaching also the other one is part of.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
good,
think he also did the coaching. Diana, right?
great.
Yes, and the design thinking.
Yeah.
Now the other ones, does it make sense to have there another meeting signed? Because this seems to be now coaching, but there seems to be one which is design thinking, and there seems potentially another one. Shall I assign another meeting as well?
So for Gideon has several badges that I think he qualifies to get because I'm sure, as Geoffrey has mentioned, they are the two main trainers. So it means they have heavily been involved. So he should be qualifying for most badges that he trained in. But since he's not in the call, I don't know what time is favorable for him. Maybe during the call on Wednesday, we can set another time for him to be assessed in the different professional development badges that he trained in and is practicing.
Please. Okay, great.
You could just add a note.
Exactly.
If you need.
That's what I want to do. Please at Gideon, arrange a follow-up meeting with Mika towards review of other batches like what's it called? Design thinking.
Design thinking, emerging bootcamp.
Okay, wonderful. So sorry for the excurse here. Then we have this at least done. And they are out. Great. Looking inside here, let's get back. So we have next steps towards getting those batches there. Meetings called. This one is the whole topic is about getting batches for existing trainings, I guess. Is there another topic you see here, Mika, in professional development you need to focus on or other aspects?
Apart from the badges, maybe just an emphasis on time, because sharing from my experience of visiting most SINA communities, you find that trainers are on ground and they are with the scholars, but then they do not intentionally set time to regularly coach the scholars, follow through with their progress, also go on ground, because sometimes people say a lot in the progress presentations, in the PowerPoint, but some of it is not really happening on ground. So I think you mentioned around 8 hours they spend, but like Philip mentioned, it would be helpful to be more intentional on knowing these 8 hours. Okay, maybe 2 of them are for sessions. And then how many hours do I spend a week intentionally working with scholars to support them in their projects, apart from the general sessions? So I'm not sure if you already have that or it's something you need to think through and be more intentional about. And the other thing about coaching, I'm curious to know how you track the progress of scholars. I think an easy example I can give, since you've been to acceleration program, you find that in acceleration, when someone is assigned a coach, there is that coaching tracking sheet where over a long period of time, you can look back and really see how the scholar has been progressing, where they are continually having challenges, and then it informs how best to support them. So I'm not sure if you have something like that. If you have, great. If you don't, it's something also to consider. How do you document and follow up on how scholars are progressing? Yeah. Those are the 2 things I can say about professional development right now.
Yeah, so regarding the tracking template, we do not have that. The biggest platform we've been using for tracking is through the progress presentations, because we also have people present on the one hand aspects of the personal growth, and then on the other hand, the professional development. But then I think it would be something that we could include, having that template for us to be able to use it to track. And then we will also moving forward, start intentionally tracking the time between the different projects, how the teams are doing the follow-up. We've been having consistent follow-up with the teams, even right now, the teams that are going for the concentration bootcamp, we've actually had the mentors working with them as well to check, because they went and did the prototyping, and the mentors worked with them to help them through the process of getting money. They took them. Right now, Gideon is not attending this meeting because he's meeting with the teams to prepare them for an event that they need to go for with Diana, but because Diana traveled, so Gideon is working on preparing them for that. So the mentors have actually had consistent follow-up with the teams to actually check that they are making the revenues that they've mentioned, checking even their their financial documents to ensure that what they're talking about is actually there, and even sometimes going to meet with some of the customers. So we've had a lot of follow-ups, and right now, even before the teams have joined the concentration stage, they're already making some revenues. So I would say the gap we are having is tracking to be able to ascertain how much time was used towards the mentoring, how much time was used towards following up after the mentoring. And that's something we could also work on.
Great. Very happy to hear that, because I think it's one of the biggest challenges in several other communities, but it's good to know that you even engage with the customers. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
Cool.
Back to you, Philip. That's all I had.
Yeah, for me, maybe one topic is still open is here kind of, I just was wondering, because the need is so much overlapping in my head. That's what I highlighted in the past when they said they're gonna do a co-cons bootcamp in Kampala in that call. And what you said, Mika, in regards to follow up the growth and the topic about batches in professional development, are you there syncing up with the teams in Kampala? Are you aware of I think Cosmo highlighted in the call last week about the opportunity Geoffrey offered about a mentors tune-up. He also referred here to it. Is there something ongoing? Like this is basically not so much in about Patapia implementing the co-cons bootcamp or about the scholars growing, but much more about how are the learning opportunities in regards to professional development that originate at the moment naturally in and around Patapia? How are they, what can I say, seen or utilized as a chance from SINA Global in regards to kind of inform or support processes? You get what I mean, Mika?
Yeah.
Is there something already ongoing? Should there be something ongoing? Is there an opportunity now in regards to that 20 to 24th and or the follow-up? Shall I organize something there?
Now, I learned about the dates fixed for this bootcamp last week. And it's today that I received, I think, the budget, which I'm yet to look at. So maybe Maurice could share more on that, because I've not really been involved in the planning and all that. So I don't know how they were supported, what's missing, how I can support. And it may be challenging right now, since next week I won't be available. But maybe Maurice
No, what
can
I'm referring rather to, and this is not I want to move to Morris in regards to the co-cons bootcamp still, but I'm rather referring to, look, if Geoffrey now does a mentor tune-up or something, yeah, most likely this won't happen. I don't know when it happens. Potentially it happens afterwards, or there's elements happening where Geoffrey supports the quality of the mentors on ground, or he supports the teams on the ground, or he supports the enterprises through online calls. Is there something where you're seeing from your role coaching and mentoring Catalyst, where you're seeing this as a chance to build up on, I don't know, learning from
I get
online?
what you mean.
Yeah.
I get it. So what I can share that I've been working on lately, one, tailor making different tools for coaching that support with things like team, business, like team goals, business goals, leadership goals for founders, things like that. And I can share resources on that. Then also, we've been working with Acumen to tailor make different resources that can support senior professional development trainers. And I have a list of well-organized courses by Acumen that I've been recommending professional development trainers to work with, because the courses are well-designed, they are self-paced, they have tools attached, case studies attached. So what I would recommend as a growth opportunity for the professional development trainers, they can reach out and I share those tools if they would like to, and then they can really explore. I'm sure by the time someone has done all those short courses by Acumen on different areas of professional development, they will have mastered a lot more. And also, especially the social entrepreneurship badge that Etienne designed is also very helpful because it really has a lot in there, a lot of case studies, a lot of examples of different enterprises from across the world, Anzisha, Shoka, Because International, SINA itself. So I think as a trainer, coach, mentor, it helps you. You may not have traveled a lot, interacted with so many people around the world that are doing business, but the way that badge is designed, it really gives you like an expose on what entrepreneurship looks like across the world, what social entrepreneurship looks like. So that's the other badge I would encourage everyone to acquire who's doing professional development trainings. I think that's all I can share right now.
What I can add there, and based on the conversation, to continue with the conversations, SINAs supporting each other in the urban center, Geoffrey, here my offer would still stand, or I would heavily call for, if you see that you have some tools on the ground, which at the moment you feel they're working well, you can also share them back with the relevant roles. From my understanding here, especially towards the concentration stage, how can I say, especially towards at the moment the urban SINAs, there is some practical experience there, which likely can also in the other way around again inform the process. So maybe an exchange might be helpful there when you feel it is suitable for both sides. Mika, Geoffrey, I think that would be helpful to exchange there. Yeah. Okay, for me, so far, sorry if just highlighting this, then I would currently just rather give forward to Morris in regards to the co-cons, to the practical work ongoing planned here. Are there open questions for you at the moment?
Yeah, mine is not a question. I think I will drive it back to the clarity about the budget. I saw the budget and I was still also waiting for the feedback from Maika, maybe to highlight more about what should be removed, because I reviewed the budget and maybe I will just submit my feedback on the budget to even in some few minutes from now. Yeah, because I've looked into it and it's really fitting what we really can give, and I feel like it makes sense. They can go on. We can go on by posting it and then seeing where they can be supported for the bootcamp. Yeah.
So if I hear correct, there is a budget draft that had been shared today, and that should now get
over the weekend.
where's at the moment the limitation here? Shall I support you to capture a step, or does Mika, is there clarity from you what you need? Is there something else? Shall I organize a meeting?
Yeah, so me, what I'm waiting for, because up on the budget, they say they will be dropping the videos for the teams, and over today, that is what I'm waiting for, and then we clarify with those of Geoffrey whether they are ready and those teams are really ready for concentration. Then we can push the budget. Yeah. So what is pushing the budget to be posted right now is just I'm waiting for the videos, as promised on the text, that will be delivered today. Yeah.
Geoffrey, do you understand what you need, or is this something you're already working on, or somebody else here, or is there?
Yeah, the drive was set up for the videos. Let me just check. Cosmo has 2 videos uploaded. From the initial conversations I had with the Cosmo team, they said there were 4 teams from Cosmos, so 2 right now have uploaded. For Lazima, 2 teams have uploaded, and then for Patapia, 2 teams have uploaded. So we are only missing 2 videos from the Cosmo team, and then we'll have all the videos available. So I have them available on the drive right now, and I can share the link with you, Maurice.
Okay, thank you. That will make a lot of sense then. Then we can review the videos and then push the budget to be approved, and also Micah in the role budget, he can also give his feedback and make it way forward as well.
Okay, but then I assume, Geoffrey, you forward this to Morris, and then
I've already sent him the link.
great. Morris, you received?
Yeah, I have the link right there.
Then
Okay.
you review, and then you go forward to Mika. Is this correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Mika, is there at the moment any roadblock you're seeing?
Can do that.
Any what?
Any roadblock or something which needs to be taken into consideration or fastly organized here in order to do that?
As mentioned, I actually right now I'm just looking at the budget because Naboth shared with me about it today morning. Maybe clarity I need from Maurice. Here, are we talking of the IF budget for the quarterly boot camps?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
we are then. I'll just check the total amount and then the amount we have. If
Yeah,
it
so
fits
they have
with
two budgets. There's one which they will allow scholars to come from home, and they have one which they will allow scholars to stay in the community. So after looking into both, then you can decide where they fit in with the budget that we have and which one they can go with, because they are flexible going either ways, either the first one or the second one. Yeah, so it's going to depend on how you see the budget that we have at hand, and then also the money that we have that aligns to it. Then you choose which one to go for. Yeah.
Okay, I'll respond today.
Okay.
Okay.
Mika, if you could also set up directly a post in the authorization thing topic, and just start that you're intending to spend there, that this goes forward, and maybe Moses is aware already. That's something ongoing there, and you have then a place to collect all the expenditure together. Could you do this, Mika? Just set up a post.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
Okay. Cool. Is there anything else we need before checking out here in regards to the concentration or Patapia struggling towards qualifying enterprises for acceleration that comes at the moment to mind?
Maybe something
maybe-
else I would like to.
Okay, go.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe one question to Geoffrey. Geoffrey, this question is I was asking with the SINA communities, because at least you have been in this field so much. So maybe the question is that how do you do the follow-up with these people after concentration? Because I know you used to do over with the calls or presentation, online presentation, but I tried that and it's really, really not working out, because some people come from different deep zone and then they always complain about internet and also other stuff. So how can we make the follow-up continue? Because we find out that these scholars get lost after concentration, and then you don't hear too much about them or their project, and also the mentors or the facilitators, they don't give now clear information, and we really don't know how to follow up. And then now if it comes to acceleration, when they're applying, we don't see these projects which have just come from concentration. So how could we do the follow-up, or how do you do the follow-up at Patapia that maybe we could adapt to?
Yeah, I'll give a specific experience based on how we did the joint boot camp with the team from Zanzibar. We had a joint boot camp, and then we also had joint follow-up calls. And for the team from from Zanzibar, what they had to do is every day for the day of the progress presentations, it was mandatory for their projects to come to their community for the presentations. So also the teams from Patapia had to come to Patapia. They would not have them present from wherever they are. They would come to Patapia and we join the presentations from there. So just like typically how you would have progress presentations in a SINA, they need to come and have the progress, but instead it would be online, but when everyone is on the ground. So that way you eliminate the need for them having their own internet, but also set it as a priority that whenever it is the day for the progress presentations, then they need to come to the SINA and have the progress presentations. But then when we make it joint, then they participate with others as well. So that is something that we did, and it worked very well because we realized that when we do the joint boot camp and the follow-up is not there after the boot camp, the teams just disappear. And then after some time, you realize all these teams went through the boot camp, but they are not there, and there is no progress because also the other challenge is the different SINAs do not actually follow up with the progress presentation. So it's easy for teams to just get lost. So for me, priority, make it that every SINA that takes part in a joint bootcamp, every SINA needs to make sure that they set a specific day for progress presentations. So on that day for the progress presentations, everyone needs to come to the SINA, just like they normally come for sessions. On that day they come, and then they set up the technology for them to join with others. And so that time I remember we had progress presentations, and there was one team from Ginger, that had also taken part in the bootcamp, but when it came to the progress presentations, they did not join, and afterwards they were kind of like lost. There was no progress for them, but others that took part in the progress presentations, there was actually very good progress for them. I think one of the teams from Zanzibar took part even in acceleration. So yeah, making the SINAs set it as a mandatory for them to have progress presentations. All the SINAs, the day of the progress presentations, everyone comes to the SINA, then join together with others so that it is, joined. That is what I would say.
Yeah, I think thanks for the clarity there. At least we can see what to do next, starting from even the one which are already there, and also maybe the new joint bootcamp that is happening soon. Yeah, hopefully we can make that happen. Yeah, thank you for the advice. I take to Philip.
Yeah, for me, also we're now over the time. I just wondered if there's anything specifically else. I heard you saying you're trying to get in touch with Moses in regards to the certified in accounting badge. I offered you, if this doesn't work, to escalate it to me. I heard you have great clarity in regards to the upcoming bootcamp. There was a follow-up meeting set up for two partners, for Diana and her colleague, in regards to following up the coaching batch, and assign another meeting for following up the design thinking batches, etc. Yeah, I mean, for myself at the moment, we're pushing here in the concentration stage really towards outcome. I know that there's in parallel a lot happening in regards at the moment from James in regards to personal development. The whole topic about applied, there's a hub system happening. I'm just not sure how relevant this is to you at the moment. I don't want to push you forward to it, but maybe it could be relevant if you start another intake and you want to support personal development of partners. There's a lot happening with the hub systems. Just get in touch with me. I can connect you to or get directly in touch with James. For me, otherwise, at the moment, everything seems to be clear. And I would move to a checkout. Yeah. Any other point you're seeing at the moment? Yeah, Geoffrey?
Yeah, Moses just wrote back that he's going to share an invite. And then for the personal development, we are planning a new intake. So I think that would be helpful to have Gideon. Gideon is currently the one leading the applied stage. So it would be great for him to connect him with James. I think that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think ideally get him to Gideon or there was somebody else. Who was it? Mika just in the call prior. James referred to who is leading the personal development calls there. Wasn't it Hope and somebody else?
Alex.
Somebody else.
Confidence and forgotten the other name, but it was
I can just look it
confidence.
up. I had it in the transcript. So I can look it up. I will tell it in my checkout because then they could directly connect. That might be then directly easy to do. Yeah, I'll find out and I'll share us up. Yeah. Cool. Then let's move to a checkout. Who would like to start?
I think I can start because I'm going away soon.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much for being here, and nice to hear from you, Geoffrey. It's been a while, and hope everything is well that side. And looking forward for the joint concentration bootcamp happening in Kampala as soon as possible. And I check out to Mike.
Very fruitful call. It was nice hearing in more detail how things are going on at Patapia. And let's keep supporting each other. I'm always available in case any support is needed, especially by the team on ground. Yeah, and Patapia is not far, like, yes, your community where I can even travel if need be. So, bye-bye. Check out to Geoffrey.
Yeah, thank you. I also felt it was very fruitful to have this. I mean, the conversation was fruitful, and I'm looking forward to how the bootcamp goes, especially since this is also one of the things that we really talked about is wanted to try and see if we could set up a precedent for how joint bootcamps could actually go. So maybe this is something that could become, a way for us to document how the joint bootcamps could go, and then it becomes kind of like a playbook in future or something like that. But generally, an opportunity to explore how joint bootcamps could go and how we could be able to learn from them. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. And thank you for your availability, and lovely talking to you guys as well. It's been a while, and thanks for the availability.
Diana?
Yeah, I'm also happy that I've been part of this conversation, and thank you very much for the insights. Looking forward to the bootcamp. Check out Philip.
Yeah, here I just followed up and I've seen, Geoffrey, that it is, James said one should reach out ideally for both the Scholar Centered as well as for the Spark to reach out to Kato and Confidence. They are organizing the practice call, and from trainers participating in the practice call to them to participate in the training and get the certificate seems to be the easiest step, because then they're already aware what's the focus, what to do. For me, I'm sorry in general that those one-on-one calls happen so late. And I'm trying to do whatever I can in order now to get the things happening and going forward. Check out, as mentioned prior, I'll share the recording and I'll share the AI summary to all participants, roughly 1 hour. Wonderful. See you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.